Alright, so for my final project, I decided to do a movie search app which utilizes an open API on the web in order to search for movies and bring back data about them. And so let's get this started. Alright, so here we have the app's main screen. The app is called MovieDb. And I wanted to keep this main interface pretty clean, so all you see here is a label and a text field for the user to search for movies. I've also customized the top bar here so that it's more in tune with the rest of the GUI for the app. So if I click on this text field here, you see the keyboard pops up. I specifically designed it so that the keyboard does not cover up the text field because it can be super annoying when you can't see what you're typing and you have to scroll around up here. I've also customized the keyboard down here because this is a search app, so having a return key doesn't really encompass what the app is trying to accomplish. And so if I type in something here, I can search for a movie. Let's just type in something random. And once I press this go button, or press enter rather, it's going to go up to the web, make a REST call to the moviedb.org, and then pull down a JSON object containing the results from my query. So if I search, you can see that since this obviously isn't a movie, it didn't pull down anything. Down here you can see the JSON response that get pulled back from the web. And since we didn't have any results, we displayed to the user this red label here that says, hey, no results were found. Now let's actually search for a movie. So search for a real movie. So let's search for Fight Club. Now when I press this go button or press enter, it's going to once again go out to the web, then pull back search results from my query. And then we're going to display that in a navigation view. And so here we have our navigation view. You can see that down here I've logged the response we've gotten back, and we've gotten back five movies here. And so it gets displayed to the user with the name and the year, because sometimes, well, these days everything's a remake, so you want to know the old movie versus the new movie and what year it was in, stuff like that. Here you can see that there was no year on here, so we just display not available to the user. You also notice that I've customized the GUI for this screen so that it's more in tune with what the rest of the app looks like. And so now if we just select a movie here, it's going to once again go out to the web, but it's going to pull down more information because you can see that we didn't really get back that much information. I mean, we got back the original title and the release date and stuff like that, but we want to display more information to the user about the movie. So if I click on this movie here, so it went out to the web, and you can see that we got back a much larger JSON response this time that contains much more information about the movie that we've selected. We've also pulled back, the poster so that we can display some of that to the user. So here you have, the release date, the genre, the budget, the runtime, and the overview of the movie. For the budget and the runtime, I've formatted these strings, or formatted these values, so that they're more human readable to the user. You can see down here that when the budget actually comes back, it just comes back as an integer, and for the user, this becomes problematic to read. It's not very human readable when you get up into hundreds of millions of dollars for your budget. You don't know exactly what this number represents. So it's more human readable here. And then down here, we add on the minutes so that the user knows this isn't some arbitrary value, and it actually refers to the minutes. So now we can go back to our search results by just clicking this button here. And we're back on the navigation view. And if we were to click this cancel button up here, it would actually bring us back to the main screen of the app. And so here we are at the main screen. We can search for another movie. Search for Black Swan this time. And you can see that we went up, got a response, and here we got back 4 movies. So if we select this one, you can see now that we've gotten populated data here. You'll notice that Black Swan's poster at that time took a half second to load more than the rest of the data, and that's because we made the call to get that poster image asynchronous, so that the user doesn't have to wait around on the navigation screen while we're trying to pull down that image and display it to the user. So you'll also notice that this overview is a lot larger than the overview for the previous movie, and we put this in a text view here so that the user can scroll up and down if they want to read the whole synopsis, if they so choose to do so. Now let's go back to the main screen again. We can search for another movie. This time let's search for one that pulls back a lot more results. So let's start for Star Wars. Alright, so we have a lot more results. You'll notice that it pulled down a lot of data. I'm not sure why it pulls down the Chronicles of Narnia. I guess that's just a feature of their API. But it pulls down everything kind of related to Star Wars. And the logic behind this is that the logic behind this is not done by me. I utilize the API to do this logic for me, so I don't really have to do any processing on the values that the user puts in. It just goes out and searches them and gets back all these responses. So once again, if I click on, let's say, A New Hope, again, we get this view to the user, and you can notice that the image did take a half second, maybe more, to load than the rest of the data, and again, because we're doing it asynchronously. All right, so that's pretty much all for my app. I hope you enjoyed viewing it, and thank you for watching.